Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining our discussion on a topic crucial to any organization's success: low employee morale and motivation. Joining us today is myself, AIMAN, Andre, SYARIF, and AFIQ. Many companies struggle with low employee morale and motivation, leading to decreased productivity, increased turnover, and a negative work environment. Today, we'll explore the root cause of this issue, its impact on business, and discuss practical strategies companies can implement to create a more engaged and motivated workforce. Let's delve deeper into the factors contributing to low employee morale. Andre, could you start us off?
Absolutely. One major culprit is a lack of recognition. Employees who feel their hard work and contributions go unnoticed, they tend to lose motivation and a sense of purpose. Because recognition doesn't always have to be grand. Simple, genuine acknowledgements can make a huge difference.
I disagree, Andre. While recognition is important, I think the bigger issue is unclear expectations and goals. Employees need to understand how their work contributes to the bigger picture and what's expected of them to achieve success. Ambiguity in job roles and responsibilities often leads to frustration and demotivation.
As someone new to the workforce, I can see how that can be demotivating. Feeling like you're just going through the motions without a clear direction is discouraging. I think having a mentor or a structured onboarding process could help new employees align their goals with the company's vision.
It's not just about direction, but also about a workload. Being constantly overloaded with a task lead to a burnout, while underutilization can make employees feel bored and undervalued. Finding the right balance is crucial. Regular check-in can help the manager gauge employee workload and distribute tasks more evenly.
Afi, I completely agree. Another critical factor is the lack of growth opportunities. If employees feel that there's no chance for skill development or career advancement, they're less likely to invest their full energy into their work. Organizations should provide clear career paths and professional development opportunities.
And let's not forget the significant impact of work-life balance. In today's fast-paced work environment, maintaining a healthy work-life balance is a challenging but essential.
Disrupted, disrupted work-life balance creates a domino effect. Employees struggling to maintain boundaries experience stress and burnout, ultimately impacting their motivation and overall well-being. Flexible working hours and remote work options can significantly alleviate this stress.
I think company culture plays a huge role too. If the culture is toxic or if there's a lack of trust between employees and management, morale will naturally suffer. Promoting a positive and inclusive culture can go a long way in boosting employee morale.
Agree. Upon communication and transparency from a leadership team can help build their trust. Employers should feel that their voice are heard and concerns are addressed properly.
Now, let's discuss the impact of low morale on businesses. Sharif, what do you think?
Sure, low morale has a ripple effect throughout the organization. Disgruntled employees become less productive, leading to missed deadlines and decreased output. It also affects the quality of work, as disengaged employees are less likely to go the extra mile.
It also manifests in increased absenteeism and turnover. Because when employees are unhappy, they are more likely to take frequent sick days or leave the company altogether. And this creates a vicious cycle for businesses. They lose valuable talent while facing the burden of recruiting and training replacements. further impacting morale among remaining employees.
And it doesn't stop there. Disgruntled employees often provide poor customer service, damaging the company reputation and potentially leading to a lost business. Customer satisfaction is closely linked to employee satisfaction.
Additionally, low morale can stifle creativity and innovation. When employees are not motivated, they are less likely to contribute new ideas or solutions, which can hinder the company's growth and competitiveness.
Well, I do agree with your points, guys. These are all significant consequences. So let's explore the strategies companies can adopt to create a more motivated workforce.
So, how can companies turn things around and create a more positive work environment?
The key lies in fostering a culture of recognition and appreciation. A simple thank you or public acknowledgement of achievements goes a long way. Employees need to feel valued and appreciated for their contributions. Regular feedback and recognition programs can help in this regard.
I agree to some extent, but setting clear and achievable goals is also crucial. Employees need a roadmap, a sense of direction, and regular feedback on their progress. Knowing they are on the right track keeps them motivated. Performance reviews should be constructive and focus on growth and development.
Companies should also invest in work-life balance program, offering a flexibility work-life schedules, childcare assistance, or even just encouraging employees to take a break can make a significant difference in their morale and well-being. Wellness programs such as gym membership or mental health support can also be beneficial.
Another important aspect is professional development, providing training programs, tuition reimbursement, and opportunities to learn new skills keeps employees engaged and show the company's commitment to their growth. Employees who see a future in company are more likely to stay motivated.
On top of that, I also feel open communication is crucial. A culture of open communication fosters trust and allows employees to voice their concerns and ideas. Management can then address issues early on before they escalate into major problems. Regular town hall meetings or anonymous suggestion boxes can facilitate this.
Employees need to feel comfortable approaching their managers with feedback, suggestions, or challenges. This will foster a sense of collaboration and shows that the company values their input. Building strong relationships between managers and employees is the key.
And let's not forget the importance of team building activity. This can help improve relationship among colleagues and create a sense of camaraderie, whether in a team lunch or a simple icebreaking activities. Fostering a sense of community can greatly improve morale.
Lastly, leadership should lead by example. If leaders demonstrate a commitment to a positive work environment and show genuine concern for their employees' well-being, it sets the tone for the entire organization. Employees are more likely to follow suit when they see their leaders embodying these values.
In conclusion, low employee morale and motivation are significant issues that can have a far-reaching impact on an organization. However, by understanding the root cause and implementing practical strategies such as recognition program, clear goal setting, work-life balance initiative, professional development opportunity, open communication, and strong leadership, company can create a more engaged and motivated workforce.
Thank you all for your valuable insights. I think this has been a very enlightening discussion. I hope our audience found it helpful and will take away some practical tips to implement in their own organizations. Let's all work together to create positive, productive work environments for all employees. Thank you.
Yep. Very good. Now is evening, so 3 p.m. So very good evening to Madam Norazma and to everyone else who's watching this video. We are Group 3 for UHLB Professional Communication Skills. I'm Andre. This is Sharif, AFIQ, and Abdullah Aiman. Okay, so this is going to be part 2 of our earlier discussion, which is discussing about low employee morale and also their lack of motivation to work. We've discussed many points, including the factors contributing to employee morale. What is the impact? So when you have low morale, what happens? And also some improvement strategies to help curb this problem. But I think one major thing that we didn't add is a touch of personal experience, something that is close to us, something that because low morale and motivation is actually something that we are not workers, we're not employees, but given that we're going to take our internship in a few weeks, and pretty much the work we've been doing is akin to actual real life work, so assignments, tight deadlines, having to keep up to date with the latest information and the here and now. I think it is wise of us to include our own opinion in this discussion. So now, touching on this subject of low employee morale and motivation, what are some of your experiences with low morale and motivation? So I remember you, Afiq, you told me that you had a cousin. So maybe you want to tell more about that.
Yes. My cousin before have just like everybody else, a very good employer, but after 2 or 3 months, the morale has be become low because the motivation for the to work has less every day.
What was your cousin working as? What company?
So he working as FMB.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
so it's like apa tu, they need to work more overtime but get less payment. So the morale for they to work on that company has become less every month. They like they also planning to quit the company also.
Oh,
So that's why.
yeah, they've been planning to quit for a while lah. Like,
Yes.
was the pay good?
Mm, because he's not a full time yet. So
Oh, just part time.
part time because he's still searching for a better company. So he just work there part time and planning to find a better company to work.
I see.
All,
I see. Yeah. So mainly it's a variety of factors like burnout, having to work overtime, right? Yeah. So and do you think that um maybe the toxic environment, like, because F&B, you need to deal with a lot of customers, right? So do you agree that contributed to his lack of is it he or she, your cousin? Oh, so do you agree that maybe the type of customers he was dealing with also contributed to his lack of morale and motivation?
The one part two is also about the customer because when the food they need to serve don't come at the expected time, they always complain about the service. So that's why my cousin has become less and less moral to work on that company, and the manager they also don't take the employer seriously.
Oh, so the work culture. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the earlier points was the work culture also. So yeah, Fig again. So as you can see, it's the working hours. It's that leads to burnout. It's the toxic work culture. There's so much of this causing low employee morale and motivation. What about you, Aiman? Have you had any experiences with that? Maybe a family member, maybe a friend.
I mean, I could maybe relate to your cousin's story. I mean, I too have worked with FNB before, so it's true. The cause of my low motivation is the customer. Yeah, I can agree with that. And also, I would like to add about like the low moral is when you like when you feel yourself is not improving much. You get what I mean? Yeah. So you're not improving, and then the work keeps getting harder. So it stresses you out, and then it will make you lose motivation. That is what I have experienced before. Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just a part-time job, right? I do agree that there's no. I do agree that there's no clear goal when you're working part-time. You just work for the money, correct? So when you have no clear goal, you feel demotivated to work. That's basically what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we did discuss that. But do you also feel like um, being motivated by money is a bad thing? Does it lead to does it contribute to lower morale? Because like in my opinion, if you're just working for the money, right, the quality of work goes down. So that contributes to low morale. So wait, Afiq, you want to say something?
To me, the money also play an important role because when the company give a suitable pay, you need to meet the expectation so that the company can recognize you. So that's why some of the company just don't increase your wage even after you contribute much to the company. So that's why every month you become less and less to work with that company.
Yeah. I do agree also. Like if you work so hard but you still don't get a pay raise, and on the other hand, if you do get a pay raise, sometimes you feel too contempt. So that also leads to a decrease of your motivation on the other hand. So it's one or the other. And you can have low morale and have low motivation. But like what's your opinion on this whole pay thing with employee morale and motivation?
Okay. About the motivation for the money, I would like to say that it's okay for the time being, but for the long run, I mean, it's like you're not enjoying the work actually. You're just enjoying the reward. I mean, when you work, you have to have fun with the process. You trust the process actually. So enjoying what you work is you have more motivation to do it rather than you just do it to get the reward actually. Yeah, that is my opinion. I mean, your point of view, your mindset actually.
So yeah, I do agree. It's also the mindset. Like if you don't, so basically, we do agree that if you work for the money, in rather than enjoying the personal satisfaction that you have from doing something that you love, that already creates a very toxic mindset for yourself. So yeah, it does really degrade your motivation to work. Yeah, and also your morale, because when you make bad choices, uh, due to that lack of motivation, your boss gets angry at you, right? And yeah, it just breaks you inside, you know. So like morale, a lot of people don't pay attention to morale because there's a very big depth to it. Like morale, there's many different aspects. Like for example, there's that sense of self-confidence. Like for example, if you're new to the job but you don't manage to meet expectations, that causes you to lose morale because you feel like you can't be up to standard. And so that's one. So I just said that morale has many aspects to it. One of it is personal. Another is, for example, when you are working with many others, but you feel like you can't have good chemistry with them, that is diminishment of social morale. Means that there's self-confidence, meaning that you feel like you can't accomplish anything, and there's social morale, means that you feel like you can't open up to people in your workplace, professionally or socially. But yeah, Sharif, you wanted to say something? Maybe.
For me, personal experience, I think
Yeah.
basically the same as them lah. In part-time job, basically just working for the sake of the money. But if can I change the subject a little bit?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, but so for me lah, I think in what makes me have low morale. For example, when doing group assignment, yeah, when doing work with other people, I think choosing who to work with is important lah. For most of my experience, working with your friends is good lah, because you know them, you know how their work culture is, so you can adapt to them lah. But when I'm doing group work with senior, mostly it's like very, I don't know what to say the word.
Intimidating?
No, it's very hard to hard to cooperate lah. Yeah, hard to understand what their what.
Because you feel like you're not on the same level as them, right? So you can't really relate to them well. And also you're afraid because senior kan, sorry, they are seniors, right? Sorry, they are seniors, right? So you feel like they will outperform you skill-wise, correct?
The one type, the overwhelming type with the outperformers. The other type is like they don't do any work lah. Basically they just ignore us lah. Yes, they just.
So yeah, while it is true that feeling social pressure to perform, which is a form of personal morale, by the way. So I said earlier that if you don't do your tasks, if you're not up to scratch, your personal morale will drop. This is another example of it's a combination of personal and social morale. If you feel like you can't meet up to the standard of your seniors, you feel personally hurt because you feel like you won't be as good as them, and social because you don't want to work with them even more if that's the case. And as Sharif pointed out, feeling a lack of motivation to work is also caused by when you are working with other people in a team, and as he said, they don't do their part, right? Like they just sit there and let you do all the job. Yeah. So I think we've talked so much about our own experiences, what causes this lack of morale and motivation, but I feel we haven't touched yet so much on how to overcome it. And that was one of the main talking points of the first part of our discussion. So yeah, since Sharif mentioned it about work imbalance among team members, I feel that one of the most important things to do before you start a group assignment or group work, since we're talking about employees, is that you need to have work distribution first. So for example, if I were to make a group assignment with you all, like this particular assignment, we assign each other roles, we know what we're doing, and yeah, it avoids disputes because it's the good kind of social pressure, because when you have a task and you feel like your teammates are dependent on you, but also the work is distributed evenly, so it's more of everyone does their part instead of I have to do it. It's good social pressure. Even more so, like Sharif said, when you choose to work with your friends, it's an excellent notion because excellent motion for yourself, because if you work with friends, you're more familiar. Yes, you're more familiar with
with our interaction, because we have deep friendship and we know what they like. So if they don't do work, we can just
We are easy to agree on something lah. If you have some dispute, it's easy to solve lah. Easy to disagree or agree on something.
Yeah. So
So need understanding lah.
when you're more familiar, yeah, I do agree. Sharif said that if you're more familiar with your team, then you're more likely to be able to solve disputes easier. You know? So, wait, hold on, can you. Yeah. My notes, because my notes are there.
So now the solution is get to know your teammate, is it? So the solution, if you want to have more chemistry for your group assignment, you have to get to know your team and how their work schedule or how their work. You understand each other, and then you can schedule properly on how the progress of the project. Yeah.
Yeah. I do agree. I also want to add that if you're more familiar with, because decisions in the workplace and us as students about to be interns, we learn to make decisions as adults based on two principles. One is logic and one is emotion. If you make decisions logically without any emotion, then you're gonna hurt somebody. On the other hand, if you are, let's say like you said, we have to understand our teammates, the schedule they have, when they have free time, what yeah, what their background, like their capabilities. When you have that good basic idea, you become more empathetic towards them. And I feel this is something that we can apply to the workplace to help motivate employees and lift their morale. Because if everyone in the workplace knows each other and is all happy with what they do, if they are satisfied, then it's it's both a matter, like I said, personal and social. If personally you are motivated and you have a high morale, others around you will have high motivation and morale, and will spread that to everybody. So that creates an environment.
It's also one of my factor. Environmental is also one of my factor of the low morale. If you put in the room with low motivation people, you will also become low motivate. So if you put with the motivated people, you need to catch up with them. So you need to become motivate and do your part. So that's why also environmental is one of my factor.
Okay. Yeah. So exactly. And a good environment is one of those factors that leads to high employee morale and motivation. Do you guys think we see any more examples of low morale and motivation among employees or workplace in general in real life?
To me, about this generation, before that generation Z has low moral. How they speak to the senior, how they talk to the elder, they have low moral and don't have respect to other people. So that's why some of the senior people don't like them and some pressure them. That's what make them low on moral or motivate to work and can lead the company downgrade.
So it creates like a barrier between them for it's hard for them to get closer and understand each other. I mean, if one person have no respect for the other, how can you come to an understanding, come with a solution? Yeah, but I do agree with you. Now the generation have, I mean, less respect for elder people.
Sharif, anything you want to add?
Actually, it's not that our generation, Gen Z, is less motivated. I think it's just we want work-life balance lah. I mean, I don't know about Malaysia, but mostly in a Western country lah, they have like every generation, each generation they look down on their other generation. Yeah, like that lah. Macam, for example, Boomer, they look down on Gen Millennial, Gen Y, right?
Millennial.
And then next generation, Gen Z, is looked down upon by Gen Millennial and Gen Boomer, because of their work ethic lah. But actually, it's not that we are not motivated. Basically, it's just we want work-life balance lah. For them, motivated means to give your all like 100, actually more than 100% to the company. It's not that they want us to work OT like that, or like more to answer calls outside of work hour, something like that. Like example like that I heard on internet.
Want to have the time.
And then nowadays, like the younger generation is prefer not to work like 9 to 5 jobs. Yeah.
See, like they still like they say that our generation is not loyal to the company or something like that.
Or
Because our
you
generation
telling me
tend to
like
job hop lah.
your life is like to work, right? So this generation is the like I living just to work for this company. You just want work time for work time, and you have your personal time, right? So that's why they the one work time take their personal time. So that's why they become low motivate.
Yeah, I feel it's like a constant cycle, and like different generations of people don't respect one another. Maybe it is true. Boomers are right. People work until they forget why they are working, as we have discussed earlier. And when you work without a higher goal in mind, when you lose your way like that, that negative energy starts to affect people around you. I also want to add that if you have a work hard, play hard culture, which, by the way, I do agree that some boomers think that they are frustrated with Gen Zs and millennials because they don't dedicate all their life to work. It's not that I do agree, it's a misunderstanding. It's not that we want you to, it's not that boomers want us to work 100%. It's just that, have some respect for the work you do. That's one thing. Another thing is be more motivated, love what you do. Because, it's like a constant cycle. You work thinking that you think you will enjoy what you do. In the end, you don't. Then you find another motivation to continue working. And then you realize that is tiring, which leads you to being less motivated. You quarrel among your employees, your colleagues, which leads you to your morale going down. So, I think, thank you so much for tuning into our discussion, madam, and everyone else who's watching. I hope that our discussion has brought up a lot of excellent points, as well as shed more light on this constant cycle of employee morale, employee well-being, and employee motivation. It's not so much that it's negative. It's not that everyone hates to work. It's just that in general, it's been very negative in the workplace, and that's something that I felt we've addressed in this discussion. So thank you for listening.